It's hard to believe a year has passed since the incident. I laid there on my bed, trying to rid the memories that unfortunate night, but no matter how hard I try, I can't repress the events of that night. Halloween again, I quietly said to myself. I got up from my bed and headed towards the kitchen. Today I wasn't going to school due to special circumstances. I ate my breakfast and made no conversation with my family. My family just glared at me the whole time. So today is a nice day, perfect weather, my mom said. I just looked at her and left the kitchen. I went back to my room and sat there on my desk, staring at the clock in silence. I miss my friends. Not a good day goes by, and even though I have never thought of them, the police never found any trace of them after that night, and obviously they hadn't believed a single word I said. Typical cops, I thought in my head. I kept the sticky note after I received that night in a box in my closet. Should I? I questioned myself. I went to my closet, grabbed the box, and placed it on my desk. All right, it's time, I said to myself. I opened the box to find a sticky note was no longer there. No, this can't be right. I started to panic. I searched my room from top to bottom to find the note, but no luck. Running out of options, I stormed out of my room and went back to the kitchen. Where's the note? I demanded. What note? My mom asked. The note that was in this frickin' box, I yelled with rage. We don't know what you're talking about. We don't know anything about any note, my sister said. Lies, I yelled back. Calm down, David, my brother said. God damn it, I yelled in frustration. I stormed out of the living room and headed into the garage. I grabbed my bike and set off down the street. I don't know what I accomplished doing this, but I needed to leave. I pedaled down those streets and through the traffic until I reached the cemetery. I left my bike on the grass and walked down the numerous rows of graves. I reached my friends' graves. Who did this? I whispered. I stood there in silence and dread, remembering all the good times of my fallen friends. A tear rolled down my cheek. It's scary how life can take things like people you love away from you no matter what if seconds. My friends, they aren't dead. They're trapped by that monster. I spent a whole year living in fear. I've done everything I can to keep them away. Rituals, sacrifices, spells, everything. I hope this is over and I could live on my own with my life. I was about to leave until I noticed something on one of the gravestones. It was a sticky note instead, and when I leaned down, I haven't forgotten about you. I froze. How did the sticky note get there? Unless I dropped the note and began sprinting towards my bike. Before I reached my bike, a tall black figure appeared right in front of me. What's the hurry? We're just getting started, he said. Everything faded to black. I woke up tied to a chair in a large concrete chamber with only a light from the ceiling and a metal door. The metal door opened, the hooded man walked in. I told you I haven't forgotten about you, the man remarked. I felt too weak to talk. All my energy had been sucked out of me. I just glared at him. Your protection is gone, and I'm going to have fun with you tonight. Let's begin, shall we? He said. He brought in a cart full of various torture devices. He took out a sharp knife and jammed it into my chest cavity. I yelled at the top of my lungs as the blood gushed out of my body. Shut up, he said aggressively, as he grabbed my tongue and cut it off with his knife. I felt the blood gushing out of my mouth. I tried to get away until he ripped open my torso and violently stabbed my organs. Do you know how much trouble you caused me? How a simple human escaped from the grasp? He raged as he began tearing apart my organs. He grabbed my intestines and started choking me with it. I gasped for air, and everything started to fade out. He let go of me and walked to the cart, grabbed a dull hacksaw from the cart and began cutting off my limbs. I felt the hacksaw rip through my muscle. The pain was nothing I had felt before. I kept yelling and resisting. Hopefully someone or something will save me. But I guess my luck has run out. The hooded man grabbed my arm and tore it off my body. I couldn't take it anymore. I shut my eyes. I woke up back on the chair and my body was restored to normal. I heard a laugh at the corner. We're just getting started, the hooded man smirked. The metal door opened, and I saw my family walk in the room. They had no expressions on their faces. "No," I said, in disbelief. "This can't be." "You should have seen the look in your eyes," he laughed. "My family gone. My worst fears becomes my reality. Every nightmare, fear, and doubt. The past year, I lived in mortal terror in my life and my family, wondering when he'll strike. Ended up happening anyway. My fate was doomed from the start. He tortured me for hours on end, not sparing a tool or method. I could not do anything but sit there. After a couple of hours, he stopped and said, 'Now it's time for you to become my puppet, you pest.' He sucked his whole hand into my chest, and I felt every being of me being torn out of me, my every very soul tearing to shreds. No, I'm not giving up. I began fighting back with all my might. 'He's not taking me.' 'What? No, this can't be. It's impossible,' he said in shock, as I tore his soul out of his body. I could control him now. I felt the power of thousands of souls coursing through my veins. I could now liberate all the souls and the innocent people that have fallen victim to the hooded man, or become stronger. This is Halloween night, and I made my decision. Time to collect souls." Well, that was Halloween, Halloween of regret, or whatever it is. A creepypasta by the SloshedTrain or whatever. Now I know it did state, my last Halloween by that, but I think I mistaken as, locked 334. I don't know if it's the same offer or not, but I'm just gonna put it as SloshedTrain right here, because I did know in one video I looked about on the story called My Last Halloween. That's what it stated. Some user stated as that locked person who wrote the story. So yeah, if anyone wants to make a confirmation, I'll definitely edit it whenever I can. But yeah, this story, it's honestly a really interesting one. It's a pretty good story. I do find this one to be enjoyable. There's definitely a lot of time and effort into this one. Now, I mean, it's a sequel to My Last Halloween, so I definitely gotta say, it was definitely fun to read. I'm not gonna lie, I actually did find it to be enjoyable in many ways. I did find it to be, pretty good. So, yeah, anyways, I do like the story. I actually found this story to be, rather amazing, well made, and honestly, it was pretty good in general. I actually did find this one to be a pretty good story. So, yeah, I gotta really say, when I saw the story, it was honestly a really beautiful, well-made story. There's definitely a lot of time and effort into it. So, yeah, I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, I do like this story. I mean, it actually is a pretty good sequel, and I gotta say, I actually like this story. So, anyways, with that being the case, and with that being said, I actually do find this story to be, well, I know I'm repeating myself, but I actually do like this story. So I recommend you guys go check out this story if you haven't. You guys will, not be disappointed when you read this story. It's honestly, if I'm being brutally fair and honest, I still find it to be a really good story, especially with my whole concept of this story. I mean, the grammar was good and all. Definitely gotta say, it's really worth it if you want to go take a look at this story. So I can definitely say it's a pretty good pasta, and it's well made in detail. So I do apologize. I'm just a little tired. Yeah, I'm just a bit tired. So yeah, I just kind of want to say, I'm a bit tired right now. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to say, yeah, I hadn't really got enough sleep because, well, I just kind of I just had one of those days where I just didn't want to I just couldn't sleep great. So yeah, anyways, I guess with that being the case and that being said, it's a good story. I recommend it. It's a really awesome story. I really do recommend you guys taking a look at this story if you haven't. It's on the regular Creepypasta wiki, and I definitely gotta say it's worth it. So yeah, I get definitely say that there was definitely a lot of time and effort into this pasta. So it's a pretty good sequel, I'm not gonna lie. I still find this to be really amazing, well done, and it's still a really great story. So anyway, to Slosh Train, awesome job with the story. So yeah. Anyways, what with that being the case, that being said, I'm gonna sit here and just say that this is just simply my own personal opinion. Like I said, I'm just pretty tired, so yeah. Kind of had a bit of a rough day the other day, so yeah. I could definitely say, despite that, I had a bit of a rough day, but yeah. Probably get some sleep or something. So, anyways, with that being the case, and that being said, I'm gonna sit here and just say that this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that is completely fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regardless of these creepypastas. This is simply my own personal thoughts. I do find this to be a really great story. It's definitely worth it. So yeah. I do want to say, to take a look at the other creepypastas too. So you guys will not miss it, so you guys can take a look at this one if you haven't. Anyways, I guess with that being said and that being the case, what did you guys personally think of this story? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better. Feel free to leave me now what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.